So, the response to my comeback video was actually pretty decent. And maybe it's just the pessimistic, anxiety-riddled mess within me, but I thought like maybe 3 or 4 of you would watch that. But no, there were quite a few of you on it. So I want to say thank you. I don't expect that kind of turnout for every video. Like, I don't expect you guys to be on like glitch videos or me uploading like Mummy Demastered, which is actually a really cool game. And yes, it does have something to do with the movie, but the movie is garbage and the game is good, which I don't think we've ever had a video game based movie that was good while the movie was complete garbage. But when it comes down to it, the turnout was pretty good. Lots of likes, lots of comments, very supportive, and I appreciate it. I hope that you guys can pull out that exact same situation here in this video, because I'm going to need it. So if you can, like the video, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the stuff I'm about to talk about, or me in general, I don't care. But one of my subscribers, the Ramen Guy, made a comment on that video asking for me to discuss some video games. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Note to self, if this video cuts out, if it quits suddenly, I don't know why, the phone's been really weird lately. I factory resetted it, and I had to mess with the SD card, and it just doesn't want to do right sometimes. So if it just stops, not my fault. But you asked about 3 specific video games. So I guess what I'm going to do now is very lightly talk on 2 of them, and then go in depth on the 3rd. So first and foremost, you mentioned Battletoads 2019. I had no clue about this. I didn't know it existed. I haven't seen any trailers. I got no knowledge on it. But if we're getting a new side-scrolling beat-em-up with, these toads that have disgusting names like Zitz and Rash and whatnot, that would be great. I think Battletoads is a really good series, really hard series, and I'd like to see a new game at some point. The only question is, would it be Xbox exclusive? Because, they kind of own Rare these days. I might want to install my Rare Replay and play some Battletoads after this video. But yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it, so that's the extent of what I've got to say on Battletoads. The other game that you wanted me to talk about, that I'm going to mention very briefly, is Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal looks great. Doom 2016 was a fantastic game. From the level design that had these arenas that were just a playground for carnage, the ability to carry all your guns at once, not having to reload, very very serious Sam Quake style, just running gun shooting. The soundtrack was fantastic. You have these dumbass metalhead gamers who are like, "Ooh, it sounds like dubstep." No, it doesn't. It sounds amazing, and if I could get it on CD, I would, but I don't know if they released a soundtrack for Doom 2016. When it comes down to it, that game was fantastic, and all they have to do with Doom Eternal is that exact same thing, just bigger, better, and more badass. So yeah, what I have to say on Doom 2016 is, on Doom Eternal is, it's just got to be bigger, better, and more badass like its predecessor. I do have a few things that bother me, like they're changing the design of the plasma rifle back to the classic, and it is very nostalgic. But I kind of like the new design of the plasma rifle in Doom 2016. It's not a bad thing. It's just something I noticed, and I can't wait to fight the Archvile again. I hope he revives enemies because the Archvile is awesome. But those are 2 of the games you wanted me to discuss. And the 3rd one I have a little bit more to say. The 3rd game you wanted me to talk about was Fallout 76. I love Fallout. I've been a big fan of Fallout since I played Fallout 3. I was never a big fan of the Elder Scrolls, and I know that Fallout 3 and New Vegas and all that, it all just seems kind of like an Elder Scrolls game with a Fallout skin. But I never was a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls. They're not bad games, and if I had to recommend one, it would be Morrowind. But when it comes down to it, I'm just more of a fan of Fallout. I'd like to play the original 2 isometric RPGs, but I've never gotten a copy, and I don't know where I would go to even get copies of those. Like, it'd be nice if they just released them on console for me, but if I'm going to play them, I'm going to have to play them on PC, and I just don't like playing them on PC. So preference, don't get mad at me. But I really enjoyed Fallout 3 in New Vegas. You can go check my achievements. I have every achievement for both those games, including all the DLC, because I really liked them. And I enjoyed Fallout 4. I thought it was a fantastic game. It has its own problems, but when it comes down to it, the base building management, the better shooting, the way they did the perk system so it's almost infinite levels, it's really good, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I don't like level caps. I think they're garbage. I liked Fallout 4. I even liked the dialogue system. But with Fallout 76, first and foremost, it seems like a huge asset flip. Fallout 76 is to Fallout 4 the way Fallout New Vegas was to Fallout 3. They took a lot of the assets and made a new game. The only problem this time is Fallout 76 is an online-only, multiplayer-only experience. And I say multiplayer only because, yes, you can play it by yourself, but why would you? It's online only. You have to have an internet connection to play it, and that bothers me about it. I have watched Taylor play it. It does look really fun, and I like the idea of being able to quest and fight raiders and attack people that are wanted. I saw him chase this dude down with a wanted status last night, and it was fantastic. It reminded me of Dark Souls with ganking people. It was great. It looks fun. But at the end of the day, my problem is it's online only. It's multiplayer only. If I'm going to play Fallout 76, I'm going to have an internet connection, which isn't always a problem, but let's be honest. Sometimes you forget to pay the bill, or you just have a shit day when it's raining and your internet doesn't work. But I have to have an internet connection, and I'm going to need an Xbox Live Gold or a PSN Plus subscription. I'm going to need Plus or Gold if I want to play this, and that's the problem. That's what bothers me about it. I don't like it when I have these situations where developers are like, you can have fun with our game, but you better be connected to the internet while you do it. That has always irritated me. It's not a good system. It's not great. It reminds me of these other developers that are like, you're going to have fun, but you're going to have fun on our terms. Like, I'm playing XCOM Enemy Within right now on my Xbox One. I've actually triple dipped for XCOM. I've got Enemy Within for PS3, I've got it for Xbox 360, and I even got XCOM Plus for my Vita. And I really love XCOM. But the problem is, I can't play XCOM 2. Because for some reason, those developers don't like it when you hunker down and try to keep your guys alive. So they put in turn limits. And the turn limits completely ruined the game for me. I couldn't have fun with it. I stopped playing XCOM 2. I just couldn't play it. And if I want to get, if I were to get the War for the Chosen, I think that increases the turn limits. But it's like, I'm not going to spend $40 fucking on top of the 60 I already spent to make your game a little bit more tolerable. It's not fun. And that's how I feel when I see these games like Fallout 76 that are like, you gotta be online to play it. It ruins my fun. It's the reason I didn't get Destiny. Destiny, if I could play Destiny offline by myself, I'd play through it, grind through it, just to get the story aspect and see what's really so bad about it. But I didn't bother getting it at all, or its sequel, because I can't even play the fucking game unless I log into their online service. That's not fun for me. That's never been fun for me. I hate that shit in video games. It's annoying. And with Fallout 76... it does look good. It does look fun. It's got a completely new map. It's got new monsters. It's got a new faction called, I think, the Scorched, which are basically, they're still relatively sentient ghouls, but they're going feral, and they're using weapons and stuff, and they're cool. They look cool to fight. But I don't think co-oping with my friends is worth getting a game that is online only, multiplayer only. Because the problem is, when I buy a video game, I buy it for an investment. I have games, like a lot of them, that I collect. I've got classic games on the NES, the PS2, the GameCube, that I want to come back to and play, just whenever I want to. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I'll be 80 years old and be like, I'm going to play through Legend of Dragoon again before I die. And it's a situation where, when I purchase a game, I expect an investment out of it. With Fallout 76, I feel like there's a timed investment, because the servers won't be there forever. The servers will eventually go down, I can always play my old games. I can always enjoy my old games. But some of these games I can't. To give you an example, I have Phantasy Star Universe on the 360. Great little game. I can play through the campaign as much as I want. But I can't access the multiplayer aspect of it because it's no longer supported. And I have to ask how long Fallout 76 will be supported. Like, I know they have their Elder Scrolls Online, but... and I even people that are fans of the Elder Scrolls hated that shit. But I have to ask, how long is Fallout 76 going to be available? And that's what really bothers me about it. I'm probably going to end up playing it because Taylor has said he's going to get it for me, which means I'm going to have to find some way to get some Xbox Gold. I'm still completely in a fuck situation. I'm working on it, but my life is just in shambles right now. But with Fallout 76, I don't know. It looks fun, but I don't like the online aspect of it. I don't. I think it's garbage, and I think that they would have done better if they had made Fallout 76 a multiplayer add-on patch or DLC for Fallout 4. Like, the idea of playing Fallout 4 and, inviting Taylor to my Commonwealth and him popping up in my sanctuary, jumping in a suit of power armor, grabbing him some weapons and some health out of my storage containers, and us going and doing stuff, that sounds infinitely more appealing to me than Fallout 76 does. I'm sure I'll have fun with it. I'll play it with Taylor and Enoch and probably a few of you if y'all get it on Xbox One. But at the end of the day, I just don't like the way it looks. And I don't like the idea that it's online only. And I don't know if this phone's going to keep recording or cut out on me. I'm watching it. It's about to go to the 10-minute mark. Are we still recording? Okay. If it stops, I'm sorry. But Fallout 76, I'm just really mixed on. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be really excited for it. Taylor's super excited for it. He's been playing the beta. I watched him chase that dude down. I watched him fight a Deathclaw. I've seen that he has found like 3 power armor frames. So I've already got a power armor frame. Enoch's already got a power armor frame. But when it comes down to it, I just don't like the idea of it being online only and multiplayer only. I have to have an internet connection and I have to have a subscription service to even play it. And that really ruins the fun of games for me. I don't like gaming in general going more towards this online only shit. Like, I like Call of Duty's campaigns. I think they're fun. But I don't even have to touch Black Ops 4 because all it's got is zombies and fucking multiplayer and Blackout. And I don't want to fucking play any of that shit. Zombies is okay, but that's an appetizer on top of what I think is, like, the campaign is the main thing for me. Then there's multiplayer and zombies if I want to play them. But I don't even have to touch Black Ops 4 because it's like, we're going to just do multiplayer shit. And it's not fun for me. It's just not. I like co-oping with people. I don't mind playing games that have a co-op or a multiplayer feature. I played Halo, I've played Gears. They're fine. But I didn't touch Destiny after their beta because, you know, I realized it was online only. And I'm not going to buy a game that has a shelf life. I'm just not. I'm not. And I feel bad if Taylor gets this game for me, given the way I'm mixed on it. Like, again, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to play it with him. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of it one day being a drink coaster. That bothers me. It bothers me immensely because every single game I have, I can play whenever I want. I've got the systems, I've got the discs, I can play them offline, and they work fine. I don't have a single game in my entire library that is online only and multiplayer only. And the only ones I have that are even remotely close to that shit is like, I've downloaded Path of Exile on Xbox One, which is actually really fun. And if anybody wants to play with me, come play with me. I want to play Path of Exile. But I don't like these games that I have to have an internet connection or a subscription service to play. It ruins my fun. And with Fallout 76, I will enjoy myself. I'll fight the monsters and quest with my friends. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to be sitting here going, it would have been better if I could play this offline by myself, if I had that option. And that's the problem with modern gaming. You don't have as many options as you used to. Especially so with digital, online-only style games. And it's just a problem. Fallout 76 looks fun. I think it would have been better if it were a DLC for Fallout 4. But it looks fun. But at the same time, I don't like the online-only, multiplayer-only aspects of it. So, there's my thoughts. I'm surprised the phone is not cut off yet. It probably will in the next few seconds and ruin my ending. But what do you guys think of Fallout 76? Are you stoked for it? Does it look good to you? Are you excited for Doom Eternal? Do you have any clue what the fuck Battletoads 2019 is? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to like the video, show me some support, and I'm working on coming back to YouTube and doing more regular videos for you guys. But again, it's just a process. But you can tell I'm better, but still, meh. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do take care, and if you get Fallout 76 for Xbox One and I have gold, I might play with you. Let me know. Take care, everybody.